You know what? Sometimes I think I've got it sussed and then other times I haven't. Good evening and welcome to the Tasklet Studio. It is awesome to see so many of you in the chat tonight. We've got Boomslayer, S. Ferguson, Judy Fandango, KRB. I'm at 640. How's it going, everyone? It's good to see you all here. So yeah, tonight we're going to be talking about Giacomo Turra. I'm very low. Thank you. 1 minute. Is that better? Can we hear me now? Yeah, give me a sound check there, Judy. No, oh, that's not good. Just a minute. Right, what about now? That should be better. Can we hear it now? Quiet and muffled. I don't know what is going on with that. Just a second. Right, how about now? Can we hear that now? No. Oh no, that sounds good. A second. Right, how about now? This is off to a great start. Still muffled. Guys, just bear with me 1 second. It's all the way up. And try it like that. Can you hear it better now? 1 second. One second. Right, we are back. Is that working any better, everybody? Let me know in the chat. Unplugged it and plugged it back in. But it should be working fine. I did switch it on and off again. Still the same. Sorry, no. Damn it. Really don't know what's going on. That is crazy. Right, guys, I'm sorry, but if you can't hear me, I don't know what is happening here. 1 second. Sorry about this, guys. I don't know what's happened. Yeah, I don't know why it sounds so bad. Has there been any change? I don't know why it's so quiet. I've got the mic turned up full and everything. Did just change my PC setup around. 1 second. Yeah, I've just checked the playback. That sounds absolutely terrible. 1 second. Right, I think I think that's going to be a lot better now. How does that sound, everyone? Yes, I've fixed it. Thank you. Right, that I I reset my PC up the other day, and I don't know what I did, but it just it just destroyed everything. Right, I'm so sorry about all that, everyone. We'll start again. Good evening, and welcome to Guitar Stuff. And thank you all in the chat for bearing with me. We will get to this. We will get to this. Boom Slayer, I am not gonna say. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. Especially with everything that's going on over there at the minute. I just yeah, I don't want to start some kind of start some kind of crap. They've got enough on their plates at the moment. So yeah, tonight's stream. I'll talk about Giacomo first because I feel like I've got to get it off my chest, otherwise I'm going to go cray cray. And then we'll talk about some other stuff towards the end. We'll talk about some fun stuff. So, has everybody show of hands? Has everybody seen the Giacomo Turra videos that have been out on the internet? I had to make an apology one because I said in one of my videos that I was surprised that Rick Beato hadn't made a video, and then like 6 hours later, he released his video. So yeah, the reason I want to K Hobby Troy Grady even spoke up. The reason I wanted to talk about it tonight is because when I make the videos, I mean, I try and keep my videos relatively short. 10, 12 minutes is plenty. And I think Boomslayer's thinking of guacamole. I've had some very, very unkind comments about Giacomo's name in the chat. We've got Romaine in the chat. How's it going there? Bonsoir. So yeah, when I make the videos, I kind of condense it down, and I just kind of like try and get as much information into a little bit as possible. And it doesn't really give me a chance to, sit and talk about things and wax lyrical. I love saying wax lyrical. About that kind of thing. So tonight, I just thought I'd take this opportunity to address some of the things. That have gone on because, like I say, so many YouTubers have kind of jumped on this. Now, just for a bit of context, the first YouTuber to actually make a video about this, and this was like 4 years ago, when not sure if it was just before or during or just after the pandemic, and Levi Clay. If we've got any Levi Clay fans in the chat, Levi's an awesome dude. He's got an amazing guitar channel, and he made a video. He basically called Jakamo out, and he said to him, "Look, you're ripping these people off." And about this time, this is when Jakamo was getting pretty big as well. And he said, you're going to have to stop doing this, and you're going to have to start giving credit. And basically, Giacomo came back to Levi Clay and said, "Oh yeah, look, man, don't tell anybody. You'll ruin me, and this, that, and the next thing. And I'll give credit where it's due, and all the rest of it, and look after the guys." And it just didn't happen. And he got worse and worse and worse.
So I don't know. For me, I don't. Maybe this is because I'm materialistic, but for me, one of the worst things out of all of this is that Giacomo has taken money, potentially taken money out of people's pockets, or is profited off other people's work without giving credit or sharing the profits. I'm not some kind of socialist, by the way. Um, Somebody called me a socialist in the comments of my last video, and that's the furthest thing from what I am. But I do believe that if somebody writes and performs a piece of music, then you know, if you're going to steal that music, you should at least give them something for it. I don't know. It's just me being a bit old fashioned. Um, but this kind of brings me on to the whole thing with. I kind of touched on this before with the whole thing about Instagram guitar players and how fake it all seems to be. I have an Instagram for those of you who go on the Instagram. I don't really use it very much. In fact, the only time I go on Instagram is to talk to Phil from the Wings of Pegasus channel because we're bros now. Um, but yeah, I just find the whole thing a bit fake. I mean, there's so many guitar players on there, and since this thing with Giacomo, and I don't know about anybody else out there, but it's making me question everything. When I'm seeing somebody playing now, I'm like, did they actually play that at full speed? And I mean, I totally get the thing with miming, um, for videos, recording a piece and then miming over it. Because I mean, I'll be the first person to hold my hands up and say, like, I'll try filming myself doing something, and it'll take me like 400 takes to, get a 30-second clip right. That's just me. I'm just one of those people that whenever the camera's on me, I'm like, "Ugh." I become all thumbs. So I get why people, mime and especially with Instagram and stuff like that. I mean, it's so competitive now, so you really have to do something to stand out, okay, or to compare, with the other creators on there. Judy, that is a very good, very, 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 very good point. I'll come back to that in a minute. So, the pressure's on you as a creator to, put your best foot forward. And I mean, a lot of the time as well, if you're trying to get new, new subscribers and new fans, you've only got one chance. I mean, the amount of times, I'm not going to name any names, but the amount of times I've like clicked on a YouTube channel, I've thought, oh, that looks like an interesting channel. I've clicked on it, and within 10 minutes, 5 minutes, I think, yeah, do you know what? I'm not a fan of the way they do this channel, or they're using an AI voice or something, and I'll never go back to that channel again. And it's the same with the guitar playing. You've got that one chance to, impress the people. So I get why people mime in their videos. What I'm not on board with is people playing a track at like quarter speed or 50% or whatever, and then speeding it up because they can't actually play the piece, because that's just dishonest, isn't it? Judy said, I don't understand why people think they'll never get caught when they fake it online. Now, this did we all see the Rick Beato video? Because I mean, I think out of all the videos, that was probably for me one of the most brutal ones. I know you saw it, Rod, didn't you? Hi, Rod. Sorry, you came in the chat when I was flipping out about my microphone. Yeah, I know Rod saw it. I mean, for me, the Rick Beato video was the most brutal. I think Rick felt pressured to make a video. Now, Rick isn't a Rick's not a drama channel. He's not a he's not a slop channel, not like mine, where I'll talk about everything and everything. And Rick's a look. I know. There's some of you love Rick, some of you hate Rick, and some of you just don't care. And that's fair enough. I respect Rick. He knows his stuff, and like me, he enjoys shouting at the sun about things. But yeah, he didn't get angry, as Rod has just pointed out in the chat. He basically he basically said, "Well, Jakamo came through, and like halfway through shooting the video, I realised that his guitar playing wasn't good enough to be on my channel." And straight away, that's like saying, "Yeah, he sucks, so I didn't make a video about him." But what gets me, right, is that Giacomo actually thought that he could go with his. I don't know. I was going to say poor guitar playing, but I mean, there's videos of him playing. I mean, he's I don't want to be that guy, but all right. He isn't as good a guitar player as his videos and his clips make him out to be. And he's not good enough to be on Rick Beato's channel. Obviously, Giacomo must have known he was not good enough to be on Rick Beato's channel. And this is where this is where I've got a theory. In my last video, I said that Giacomo's got something wrong with him. I will. Good to see you in the chat there. Rick's channel's more education than entertainment. Turra didn't get Rick's standard. Bad luck for Giacomo. Exactly. Got Lamb in the chat. How's it going, buddy? Everyone say hi to Lamb. In my last video, I said that Giacomo has got. He's obviously got some kind of personality disorder, right? KRB, I've just seen your comment. I will be getting to that as well, actually. I'll put that up on screen so I don't forget. But yeah, I said something about Giacomo having some kind of personality disorder. I genuinely think he does have something wrong with him. He's got some kind of. I'm not a psychologist, okay? It could be narcissism, be sociopath. I mean, it could be an all-out psychopath. But I think just because so many people for so many years have blown smoke up his ass, for so long, that he genuinely does think he's the shit. He honestly thinks he's some kind of guitar god. And when you get companies, doing your own line of pickups, and you get a Fender guitar and, PV amps or whatever it was he had, and you're getting invited to NAMM and playing all these festivals and getting invited to play with all these good, musicians and bands, then obviously, he's going to start thinking, "Oh, I'm something special here," and he's not. Have you ever heard the saying that if you tell a lie enough, you'll start to believe it yourself? And I think that's genuinely what's happened with Giacomo. Is he's convinced everybody he's the shit, and he's great. And then I saw another video. I think it's a smaller creator from somewhere in the east somewhere, maybe Thailand, something like that. And the guy was a guitar player for another band at the same festival as Giacomo, and basically went up and said to Giacomo, "Oh yeah, nice to meet you, man. You're a hero, man." And basically, Giacomo just like bella Italianed him away, and it was just rude. It's just rude. There's so many stories coming out about the guy now that I'm surprised nobody said anything before, which is what is baffling. Yes, Rod, Giacomo lives in a social media bubble, but I think that's kind of endemic of what is going on today. There's so many people live in this social media bubble. You see it with all these guys with the the what they call it, flexing. Well, they'll rent a Lamborghini for a day and like take loads of pictures with it and post it all over Instagram, and they'll try on a Rolex watch or something, and the jewelers and take a picture of it and put it all over Instagram, and they just start believing that they're rich and they don't have a pot to piss in. Yeah, I don't know. Social media is a double-edged sword. It's kind of it has its uses. Yes, he did Italian him away. Yeah, exactly. The lure of the money as well, Rod. I mean, he's got to. I mean, I've got a really, really, really small YouTube channel, right? I've just gone past 8,000 subscribers, by the way. I'm pretty stoked about that. And I know how much money I can make on a video that does okay. And for like some of the views that dude was getting, I can kind of work out how much money he was making. And yeah, it's a lot, and especially with sponsorships and brand deals and everything. That it's ridiculous. So yeah, money is a big thing. Steve Cassidy's in the chat. Steve, we'll be talking about you later. Talking about Steve Cassidy in the chat. He reminded me what's going to happen at the end of the month. So yeah, I think Jakamo got swallowed up into the thing, and originally I said, I hope he learns a bit of humility and he can come back from this. But the more I see of it and everything, I don't think he can come back from it. But he still has some diehard fans because they were calling me names in my comment section again. I love it when people do that. I really do. I've got no shame and I've got broad shoulders. Honestly, it just warms my cockles when people come at me, and I'm not going to give them the satisfaction of going back and arguing with them because that's just not me. And anybody who's watching, if you did leave a comment, a nice comment on one of my recent videos, and I didn't answer it, it's because I have had a stupid amount of comments and I haven't been able to answer everybody's comments. So I do apologize for that. So KRB, very good point here. Borrowing riffs and licks are different from straight up stealing. Right. Now, a couple of people made the comment in my video about, oh, well, Led Zeppelin did it and they got away with it. I mean, Led Zeppelin didn't really get away with it. I mean, they got away with it for a while, but eventually they got their asses sued. But riffs and licks, and I don't know. It's not the same. I mean, there's Charles Bertow did a really good video about this as well, and he was explaining the difference between a cover version and straight up lifting somebody's song. I mean, Jakamo just lifted these riffs note for note. Like literally, it was Danny Sapko played them together. They were the same. And the thing is, as well, I mean, if that wasn't bad enough, he was selling the tabs. He was selling the tabs for that music on his website. So somebody else had written these. I don't know what to call them. I don't know. Technically, they're a song. A song. I don't like funk. Okay, there, I said it. I don't like funk. So yeah, selling the tabs is just not okay. And everyone's saying, "Oh, he's got talent," and I'm beginning to doubt that. I mean, we don't even know if he transcribed the tabs or if AI did it or he paid somebody else to do it. Peter Quinn in the chat. Led Zeppelin could play though, absolutely. Lucky Licks, hello from Finland. Nice to see you. Everybody, make everybody, all the new guys welcome. That's what we do here. So yeah, yeah. Sorry, I just want to go back. There was a yeah. I don't think it's fair to make a comparison with Led Zeppelin. I mean, a lot of bands have ripped a lot of other bands off. I mean, Tom Petty, he's one of the most ripped off guys ever, and he was always cool with it. R.I.P. Tom Petty. Tom Petty was the dude. So yeah, it's not okay, anything that he's done. Grace Fandango, all my riffs are stolen from someone. It's just I cannot play them well, so nobody recognizes them. Well, what you've done there, my friend, is you've made them your own, and that's what that's what you need to take from that. Peter Quinn's in the chat. Hi, Peter. Good to see you, buddy. Got a load of new faces tonight. That's pretty wicked. Got a load of new faces, and I ended up messing it up at the start by changing my PC earlier in the week. You couldn't make it up. So yeah, I mean, so somebody else made a comment there about the. Oh, here we go. It was Mike Bianco. Hi, Mike. Good to see you in the chat. The Jakamo dick riders are insufferable. They'll back this guy no matter what he does, it seems like. Yes, that is very true as well. I've noticed that. I mean, like the Rick Beato video and the Charles video came out like 2-3 days ago now. And I mean, I'm still getting comments on my video from people saying that I'm a douchebag for calling out Giacomo. And I don't know. I've seen. Oh, right. Listen, try something else as well. I've seen a lot of people, right? A lot of YouTubers, particularly guitar-based channels, making videos about Jakamo. Okay, and you're welcome, Judy. You're welcome. Judy, do you know what I'm going to do for you one day? I'm going to send you a little list of abbreviations and everything because you have to do that for half of May. It's because I'm Gen Z and I'm bussing or something. What was I saying? Oh yeah, we're about the Giacomo the Giacomo dick riders, and do you know these big YouTubers? No, that's what I was talking about. The smaller YouTubers. So yeah, a lot of people have jumped on the Giacomo bandwagon. I don't feel like all of them have done it because they've had something to say. All right. I feel like a lot of them have done it because they see the views that a Giacomo video can get. But I don't know. Steve Cassidy, I had Giacomo in the thumbnail of one of my vids to it tank. Yeah, it's real hit and miss. But I don't know. I mean, I'm talking about some channels with very very small subscriber counts that were obviously trying to. Anyway, no, anybody can make a video about Giacomo. Ooh, Mike Bianco. Also, did you watch the most recent Dovidas where he posted Giacomo direct guitar? I haven't seen that one. Thanks for that. I will check that out. I will definitely go and check that one out. Yeah, I think everyone be nice to Judy. Yeah, Mike, I've not had a chat. I've not been on the YouTube. It will be my bedtime. Oh yeah. Oh right, was that the Peter Quinn? Was that the jam they did at NAMM where David Ass was doing all the looping stuff and Jakamo was there? That dude is toast. Yeah. No, the other thing that I wanted to talk about with Jakamo as well was his apology video. Just a minute. And he made an apology video, and I'd like to address a couple of things about his apology video and why it sucked. So, Giacomo's gone from YouTube now. His channel's just disappeared. I don't know. I don't think he's privated it. I think it's just gone. And thanks for that, Peter. I will definitely go and check that out. And yeah, he posted The thing is about Giacomo, most of his stuff is on Instagram. He's an Instagram guy, and that's where that's where he gets the majority of his views. Instagram and TikTok, and oh dear, that's not good. And yeah, he made an apology video. Well, it's an apology video, and he put it on YouTube, which is not his main platform. And in his apology video, he didn't look like Giacomo. He was wearing glasses and he'd grown a little bit of face fuzz, and he had his baseball cap on the right way around. I mean, if you just said, "Who's this dude?" I don't know. He was kind of in disguise. And he didn't really admit to anything. He was like, "Oh yeah, I did some things, and I am sorry, kind of," and that was it. And then he did a Logan Paul and deleted his apology video. So, but if you do want to see, if you just go into the YouTube search bar and put in Giacomo Turra apology video, it's a few people have uploaded it again. It's piss poor. You know what? I still think that he could have saved it if he'd have behaved properly. In the first, but when this first all came out, I think he could have saved his ass if he'd have shown a little bit of humility and humbled himself a bit. But he didn't, because he just loves the smell of his own farts, that dude. And this is going to sound really shitty, but I'm kind of glad he's got what's coming to him. Because I hate to see musicians being ripped off. It's awful. It's awful. I mean, these guys that wrote these tracks and performed them, and they got like 300 views on them and stuff. I mean, I should imagine that most of the people watching this stream tonight, myself included, were guitar players or were musicians of some description. And sometimes we can write things and it comes easily, and there you go, and it's like, oh, that's a cool lick. And then other times, like, you can put your heart and soul into you can put your heart and soul into a composition, and and you get 300 views on it, and then you see some other douchebags just stole it, not giving you any credit, and it's got 1 million views. I mean, you're going to be gutted, aren't you? But the thing is, there's a lawyer guy who made a video on YouTube. I can't remember his name. He's a very, very small channel. And he's an American guy. He's a lawyer and he's a part-time guitar player. And he was saying that basically, even you don't even need to have that stuff copyrighted. If you can prove that you put it out before him and he just ripped you off, you can you can sue him. So yeah, hopefully. Rice Brown's in the chat. Lawton Music, I believe. Yes, it could be. I can't remember. It was something I saw very fleeting. Steve Cassidy's almost certain Sapco's going to do a follow-up vid about coffee music Instagram page. Oh dear. Yeah, it's. I think there's still a bit more to play out on this. I have said what I'm going to say on the matter now. Like I said in my last video, I've said what I know and what I feel about the situation. I'm just tying up loose ends of the stream tonight. And then, I will make another video if Jakamo burns down an orphanage or something like that. All the stuff that's coming out about him now, as far as I'm concerned, it's incidental. Dave Greco, who's gonna sue internationally though? Well, that's very true. If it's European on European, then it's pretty cut and dry. I think you can European on European. Anywhere else, it's going to be a bit ropey. That sounded weird, didn't it? So yeah, I don't know. I still think there's stuff to come out about Giacomo, but I don't think anything else is going to be as bad as. I mean, Danny Sapko was the first to. Danny Sapko threw the first punch, and Rick Beato and Charles Berthoud were kind of just walking down the street and decided to put the boot in on their way home from the pub. That's how I see it, and I think anything else now is kind of just like the the icing on the cake, and it is what it is. But hopefully, and I really, really, really hope that some good comes out of this, because there is so much dishonesty now within the guitar community, and that is actually one of the reasons that I quite like Twitter or X. There's a really good little guitar community on X, and a lot of the guys on there, they just post live videos of themselves playing mistakes and everything, and that's what I like to see. I mean, most of us aren't professional musicians, and we make mistakes, so it's good to see. The thing is, as well, when you get people posting these unrealistic videos, you get people posting these ridiculous, unrealistic videos, hyper produced, playing, super fast and technical. It can be very disconcerting for people and put people off. They're going to be like, Jesus, I'll never be able to play like that. Why should I even bother? But now anyone I see on the internet playing, I mean, obviously, if it's a if it's a live video on Twitter, it's pretty easy to tell it's a live video. And now I'm watching stuff, I'm like, is he miming? Is he pre-recorded that? Did he do it half speed? We've got Joke in the chat. Joke got so far has got comment of the evening. The professional musicians make mistakes too. They're just better at hiding them. I think that is the perfect comment. Thank you for that one, man. Hang about, what are we blaming on Ingy Steen Malmerdine? We don't blame shit on Ingwe. Ingwe's God. So yeah, I mean, there's the thing is as well. I mean, I've noticed there's a what's that? There's a channel called Jakobra Records, Jakobra Records on YouTube. And he's been calling out a lot of these Instagram guitar players, mostly like shredders and stuff. And I mean, this guy, this guy like clearly knows his onions. He knows his stuff, and he calls out these guitarists, and how the drum channels are calling out all the drummers for adding stuff in post and editing the videos so that you can't see them, that they're adding stuff. It's crazy. The whole world's just gone faking mad, and I don't know. I just think it's all a bit sad, and I wish it would stop. And I think that's one of the reasons that I made these videos, is because number one, I want to see people get credit where it's due. I've got Heron DeMarco in the chat this evening. How's it going, Heron? You got to stick to doing more live sessions. Your rep as a musician is everything. That is so true. And do you know what? A lot of this is actually one of the reasons that I've decided to start playing live again. So I suppose we can thank Jakamo for that. More about that at the end. So yeah, I don't know. It's just a really sad situation, but I hope that this will all come to a head. I'm sure we're going to get more people getting called out and exposed and everything. And hopefully it'll cause people to, start being a bit more real about what they're doing, and maybe not so mercenary and so hyper produced on TikTok, because TikTok, Instagram, it's the same bloody thing, isn't it? Excuse me while I go into boomer mode. and think I think there's going to be a few more things um, that come out about Giacomo, and then hopefully, like I say, it'll start dying down, and we'll find somebody else to pick on. David Greco said, "I think you've got to put out what you can actually play." The Italian just went way too far. Yeah, I don't think I would ever put I mean, I don't put a lot of videos out of me playing anyway because I'm very camera shy. Believe it or not, honestly, no idea how much nerve this takes me to do these streams. I'm a nervous wreck for about 2 hours before, and I don't sleep all night after I've done one. Um, yeah, it's. I mean, I would never put out something that I couldn't play. Um, that I couldn't play live. Um, it's a sucky situation, but like I say, I hope this brings it all to a head. So all the drummers, and I mean, the thing is, though, I mean, you've got some crazy talented dudes out there. I mean, look at Charles Bertowd. I'm sure we've got some Charles Bertowd fans in the chat. I mean, that guy does things on the bass guitar that, like I said, I don't even believe he's human. He is so good. And I mean, I've seen footage of him playing live with Bernth and Ola England. I mean, the guy is brilliant. I suppose if you can sit there in your bedroom with your mediocre bass talent, but your awesome editing talent, then you could be the next Charles Bertowd. Wait, Steve, are you serious? Is Giacomo a Scientologist? Steve, I'll message you after the stream. I love going after those dudes. I love. Ah, it wasn't Giacomo. It was that. What was that tool called? Steve, that the Scientology piano. But you got me all excited. I thought I did the Scientology scoop. Damn it. Rod hasn't played live in over 25 years. That ain't happening again. Well, but right, Graham. Okay, is most recorded music fakery, as many artists can spend days, weeks, or months fine tuning a track to perfection? Yeah, you could say that. I mean, the first time I ever went into a recording studio, and I mean, this was back in like the late 80s, and I was actually stunned the way that they were just like hitting the snare once and then looping it just because it sounded good, and it blew my mind. I thought we had to play live and stuff, and yeah, recorded music is to a point fakery. Yeah, I mean, you could say that. I can't argue with you. But then it's the ones that can take that music out and play live and show that they can do it live. But then you've got the whole thing about live. Oh, Ricky G's in the chat. Ricky caught a stream finally. Good to see you, man. And then it's like, well, how much of the live is live? You've got click tracks, you've got triggers on the drums, you've got backing tracks, and I mean, I think we're doomed. We're doomed. We got Hans in the chat. Hans, get the Flammenwaffe. Good to see you there, buddy. Awesome name. I don't understand why people straight up steal fake. I value originality. I worry so much people will see my music as derivative. Nah, man. If you've done it and you know that you can stand by it and be proud, then do it. I it takes to edit these performances. One can spend practicing technique to do it live. It's so true. So true. Got so many new faces in the chat, by the way, tonight. Honestly, it's so nice to see so many of you here. I'm sure you just showed up for the Giacomo stuff. But everyone, all the regulars, make sure you make all the new guys and ladies welcome in the chat. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say on Giacomo. Like I said, unless he burns down an orphanage or becomes the next pope, then I won't be making a video. Judy, how is Frank? Frank is awesome. He's just behind me here. He's asleep. Bless him. So yeah, I said I was gonna play live again. Oh, thanks, man. Another guitar orientated dude with a beard. Thought probably like this dude. I like you too, brother. We've all been shitting on Jakamo, and it's fun. It is quite nice when you get like a little punch bag for a while. But that's not why I didn't do it for the fun. Even it was fun, and he deserves it. Do you know what? I 640. I've actually seen this comment crop up a couple of times now. The new Milli Vanilli. I think they were the first ones to really properly get exposed by it. Can we get back to shitting on Coldplay, Oasis, and Nickelback now? Be my guest. Be my guest. Although, what have Nickelback done to anybody? That's what I want to know. Fandango, I have to put out a guacamole video and see if you can boost your subscribers into double figures. I'm sure you will, man. Fandango, if you do ever want any help with your YouTube channel or you want to know anything, seriously, man, just drop me a line on the GSS quiz email, and if I can give you some pointers, I will. Be happy to do that for anybody. So S. Ferguson, Viking prog metal. The band is not going to be Viking prog metal. Unfortunately, where I live, I am very limited by the musicians who live in my my immediate vicinity. So yeah, originally I wanted to do a Viking prog metal band, but I'm going old school, and this is going to sound awful as well. I've actually started singing again. I've been it's why I'm a bit hoarse at the minute. I've been bursting out the old pipes. So yeah, I've put together a 3-piece southern rock trio, of which I'm going to be the guitarist and singer, and I'm going to play live. Yay! So that's what's going to happen. The guitar parts are obviously going to be really simple because I cannot sing and play at the same time. Graham B. Jakamo looks like he had some level of guitar skill, but like many of his generations, decided to accelerate his career by taking as many shortcuts as possible, some of which resulted in theft. Yeah, I mean, there was a few people actually said that in the comment section of my videos that the today's generation, I sound like a boomer again, wants a instant gratification. They want it all and they want it now. They want to be famous. They want to be, you just can't get it unless you fake it, and that's obviously what Jakamo did. Oasis cover band, Fate Worse Than Death. Do you know what's really funny, Rod? I'm pretty sure you live reasonably close to me, and you go on Facebook and you know where all the band pages are, and everybody wants to be in a Oasis cover band. Ricky G could go for some new southern rock. Yeah, it's going to be. We've got our first rehearsal next week, and we're just going to jam out on some Creedence Clearwater Revival and Georgia Satellites tracks and some Black Crowes stuff just to get in a jam. And then we're going to play all my own original compositions, which I will be playing and singing. So I don't know, maybe 6 months down the line, I might be able to post some videos of that. Who knows? Anyway, we've got some Steve Cassidy news. He's still in the chat, Steve Cassidy. Oh, that was it. What did everyone think of the quiz last week? Everyone that tuned in for the quiz. What did you think of the what did you think of the quiz? Were the questions too hard, or you know, I felt like the questions might have been too hard. Yeah. So anyway, the next quiz will be on the 21st of this month. And we're going pro on the next quiz. We're going pro. We're going to have Steve Cassidy, the world famous YouTuber, Steve Cassidy Guitar, playing against Jojo Fry. Jojo isn't here tonight. Jojo's at band practice. Otherwise, she'd be in the chat. But she sent me a message earlier saying that she couldn't make it tonight. But she's practicing for some open mic nights, I think, something like that. So, yeah, on the 21st, we are going to have Jojo Fry versus Steve Cassidy Guitar, and they will be playing the guitar quiz live for one of my world famous eBay pedals. So that's going to be a good one. That's going to be one to look forward to. Might actually bring on another YouTuber. I'll see if I can get Beato interested. And send Beato one of my eBay pedals when he destroys Steve Cassidy and Jojo Fry. But yeah, actually, if you would like to be on the quiz at some time in the future, drop me an email at gssquiz@outlook.com and I'll make a little spreadsheet and we'll get everybody. If we get enough people, I might do them a bit. I might do them a bit more regularly. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. Hey man, I love your videos and streams. I'm kind of concerned about the vaping. Any stopping plans? I mean, this is I'm trying to look out for you. Thank you for that. I don't know. I gave up smoking a few years ago, and I mean, I was a really, really, really heavy smoker. I mean, I was smoking like 3 packs a day, and yeah, the vaping is my crutch, and I'm sober. I don't drink. I don't take any drugs or anything. So vaping is kind of like my one little crutch. It's my one little thing I've got left. But I'm sure one day I probably will just decide to stop. Same as I did when I stopped smoking. I think it's one of those things that you've really got to be in the right frame of mind to do. Stopping something that addictive. But I'm sure I will. But thank you very much for your concern. I do appreciate it. So yeah, next week I will be back with a stream. I might actually I might have a guest for next week, but I'm not going to say anything until I until I confirm it. I just what have I missed here? Grace Fandanger might be one of the few offers left he can get these days. All right, we're on about Turra. I thought I'd done something wrong there. I didn't want to go to bed feeling guilty. So anyway, I've got a new video dropping tomorrow. It's going to be about the guitar store in the UK, GAK, that closed down, and the actual full story behind that. So that's quite an interesting video. That'll be out tomorrow about, I don't know, 3:00 my time or something. So yeah, listen, huge thanks to everyone who's tuned in tonight. It's been great to see so many new faces in the chat. Honestly, it's been brilliant. And yeah, thanks. Honestly, I always get a bit overwhelmed when we get new people in the chat. So yeah, it means a lot. And thanks to all the regulars. Love you guys. And I will see you all soon. Thanks for tuning in. Take it easy and